G'day, Luke and Kaito here, and we're at a place up the Cape called Kalinga Station, and it's a cattle station of a mate of mine, Mick Trout, and we called him up this morning. He said we can come in here and have a bit of a look and finish this little video that we're wanting to do. And Mick's the guy who named me Luke the Drifter 25 years ago, so pretty cool to come here and on the banks of the river here on his station. We're just up from the Han River, and actually this could be the Han River, Kaito, I'm not sure.
Most likely.
So anyway, Kaito's going to give us a walk around of the truck, because we've been doing a big build on the truck from where we started a couple of months ago, and we thought we'll do it up here because we've just finished driving the old telegraph track up to the Cape, up to the tip of the Cape and back on our way home, and be ideal time to sort of go through all the mods that Kaito sort of put together and show you through. So alright, we've got to be a bit careful because I may reckon there's a massive croc living in here. So
I haven't seen it yet, but
we're trying to find him. We couldn't find him, but we'll have to be a little bit careful. Alrighty.
How could you get some up with like a bit of steak or something?
I don't know, mate. There's a barra in there, so if there's a barra there, there'll be crocs. Yeah, old mate.
It looks dodgy.
So there's a big one lives in this hole here. Alright, forget about him.
Right. The truck.
So, what's going on?
Well, we'll start from the front, eh? Alright, so we've had a bit of time now to use the truck after doing all the new upgrades and that sort of thing on it. So yeah, we've done the telly track all through Nolan's Brook, gunshot, all that sort of stuff. And yeah, all on the dirt road, so all of the development road that goes around the telly track. So tested out on corrugations, all that sort of thing. So we really didn't have a gauge of how good the truck performed now with all the new upgrades before, but now that we've done the telly track and we're driving all the way home on dirt roads and that sort of thing, we've got a bit of an idea of how it performs with the new stuff. So there's a few key things that we wanted to touch on with the car. Is one, that it handled like crap. It's mostly to do with the suspension was a bit old, it was sagging in the rear, even under not much load, and the performance wasn't too great because we'd only had a chip on there and hadn't done much with the engine. And yeah, we just wanted to restyle the Barwork a little bit, make it a bit more comfortable and a bit quieter inside the cab, because they are a big steel box, and yeah, you do get a lot of road noise on the side. Well, I'll just explain how we've fixed up those problems. So first up, Barwork. We've got big ARB deluxe bar in the front. So this is a 63mm tubing. So before we had the standard Toyota bar, which is like real small tubing, and didn't have like these bars on the front here, no fog lights. And so yeah, and that hooks into the scrub rails, which are also 63mm, and the matching rock sliders there. So yeah, perfect up in Cape York when you want to protect your door sills and all the rocks and that sort of stuff. And yeah, just got the aluminium step on top, so they're really good. So yeah, really nice bar.
It's good looking bar. It's got
yeah, high lift jack points. Only 10,000 pound worn winch mounted in there. And yeah, we really like the fog lights too, because the old one, they were just a bit dodgy and they never looked really good, but this is a really nice polished bar. And also the LED indicators on the side and parking lights, which are really cool on the end there. Then we just got our ARB intensity lights, so we've had those for a couple of years now, and they were on our old bar but just chucked them straight on. Need a bit of adjustment because they're pointing too far down on the road, but we'll give that a bit of an adjustment later on. But yeah, solid spotlights, they're still going strong. Got the Factor 55 Ultra hook and their winch fair lead on some Dynamo rope, and that's just a worn 10,000 pound winch. So that was straight off our old bar, didn't need to upgrade the winch, it was still working fine, so we just whacked that straight on there. Here we got a 6.6 decibel GME whip on the front, and it's right in front of the driver's view, which is not really good. So we're going to swap it for this one. This is a signal booster, and we'll probably make another tab here and mount it on the side here, and get this one over that side, because you don't really want anything on this side. It's not ideal when we're driving on the road and that. This is removable though, you can undo a little grub screw and take it out, but yeah, we'll probably swap that over to the other side after doing a few Ks with it. But yeah, plenty of light with just those two spotties on the front. They're all 32 LEDs. And then we might mount the intensity light bar. We've got one of those off the old 200 on the top. That might go alright, but for the moment this is working pretty well. Now onto the suspension. So this is also from ARB. So we've got Old Man Emu BP51 shocks. It's riding on a 2-inch lift, and we noticed it was a little bit bouncy in the front on the stock adjustment, so we've adjusted the what are we adjusting again? The rebound and the compression a little bit to soften it up so that it wasn't bouncing. So you'd go over a couple whoops and you'd hit 1, 2, and then on the third one, once you're over the whoops, it'd bounce for maybe like 3 or 4 seconds. So we've adjusted that, and yeah, the shocks go really good. You just
That's the good thing with them, mate. You can adjust them a little bit. So.
Yeah, you just adjust them a little bit, and it made a huge difference straight away. I only adjust them like 2 or 3 clicks, but yeah, made a big difference. So that's riding really nice. Before we had Old Man Emu, but it was fairly old. We got it when we nearly first got the truck, and done a lot of Ks, and the rear leaves were starting to sag and that. So this has been a really big change for us, having this nice suspension on there.
Yeah, the suspension's brilliant, isn't it? It's like so smooth.
Yeah, also it's got the remote reservoirs, so on long corrugated roads and that, which we've been doing, you don't get much shock fade, so it spreads the oil out between the two reservoirs, so you got plenty of oil in there, and yeah, it doesn't heat up. Yeah, so on the rear we've just got a 400 kilo pack, so that's what ARB recommended for the load we're carrying, and if we notice it's starting to sag or anything, we can up for some extra leaves, so they can put in some more leaves in there and make it a bit stronger. But the flex on this is really good at the moment through some of the whoops and that in on the old telly truck. It was really nice, and yeah, the rear we didn't have to adjust the suspension at all. It was riding really well, so yeah, we're pretty happy with that. So that's what we've done for suspension, and also Old Man Emu caster bushes in the front to correct the caster for the 2-inch lift. Before we had, I think they were plastic ones, and or Delrin or whatever, and they flogged out and they were no good, and the front end handled like crap, but they're ARB rubber ones, I'm pretty sure, and yeah, they handle a lot better in the front end.
So that's the reason mostly it was handling so badly, just the caster bushes were flogged out, eh?
Yeah, now that's in your front radius arm, so that's all fixed up. You can make solid axles. Solid axle won't ride as well as IFS in most situations because it's just the way that's designed. But you can make them ride fairly good. This we got a wheel alignment too down in Goodyear Tyres at Hamilton, so now dead straight on the road doing 110, it doesn't wobble at all, it's pretty straight, so yeah, it's handling really nice. I'd like to give a quick thanks to Hugh at ARB Newcastle for sorting us out with all the gear. So yeah, rung them up and told them what we were sort of doing the project and that, and they're like, yeah, no worries, booked us in for a time because we were on a tight schedule to get up to the Cape. So yeah, asked them what was the quickest time. It was like the next week. It was a 3-day job. So yeah, just took it down there. They sorted it all out, and yeah, it was well on time. So we turned up and everything was ready to go. So yeah, thanks to Hugh for sorting us out with that. And yeah, if you're looking for any ARB gear around the Hunter region, go check out ARB Newcastle because they do a good job.
So what did that end up like, the price for all the ARB gear? Just under 10 or something?
The price for all the ARB, so that was Barwork, all the front Barwork. This is including fitting as well. We got a dual compressor which we haven't fitted yet, so that was not including fitting. All the suspension, so fully redone the suspension, leaves, coils, new steering stabilizer, all that. I'm pretty sure it was just under 10 grand for all that work. So yeah, it was like 9,800, I'm pretty sure, and that's including fitting, but not fitting on the compressor. So it was a little bit. The quote will differentiate a little bit depending on what you get fitted and that sort of thing. Yeah. But yeah, it was about 9.8.
And what about tyres?
Yeah, so the tyres we've gone for this time are the Goodyear Wrangler MTs. These have got the Kevlar sidewall in them. So far, really impressed with them. We're running about 30 psi at the moment because we're on the dirt roads. But yeah, 35 to 40 on road. They handle really nice. A lot quieter, we reckon, than the Mickeys.
So much harder, eh?
Yeah. I don't mind the tread pattern on these too. They're really nice. But and yeah, we just did the telly track, and the whole time they gripped up really nice.
So 285, 75, 16s?
Yeah, so 285, 75, 16, so they're 33s. Originally we said we were thinking about going to 35s, but after we did the engine tune, the power was really nice, and we didn't want to stuff up the second low as well, because the second gear low range was really good on this, and like you can pretty much come to a stop, but then if you want to get up and go, it's got plenty of speed in it, so we didn't want to stuff up the gearing. We could go with gear ratios and that sort of stuff, but we're not too worried about stuffing around with that. And we've had 33s on the whole time we've had the truck, and we've never really got stuck anywhere. That bigger tyres would have helped us out, so we're pretty happy with the 33s, so we're stuck with them. and it cruises pretty nice on the highway, and yeah, it just gives you a little bit more torque because you're not turning the bigger size tyre. So 285, 75, 16s, I think this is plenty. And on 2-inch lift, it fits really easy. You don't need any engineering or nothing like that. So
the bigger tyres just way more harder on all your components, aren't they?
Yeah, there's a lot more torque involved in turning them, and it's a bit harder on your axles and that sort of stuff. So.
And also, if you're out bush and you blow a 35, it's very hard to get hold of one. So
yeah,
that's something you got to consider as well. 33s you can get anywhere, and 35s are not so easy.
Yeah, so quick thanks to Scott from Goodyear Tyres and Auto Care in Hamilton. They hooked us up with the tyres and fitted them for us, and also did the wheel alignment, all the balancing and that sort of stuff, and took away our old tyres. So yeah, we're really happy with them, and I'll go let him know that we'll probably be watching this video. So thanks mate for the tyres, they go real good, and yeah, really happy with them. I think they're about $350 or $400 a piece. A bit different because we got them balanced and fitted and all that sort of stuff. And but yeah, tyres are handling really nice. When as soon as we get back, we'll swap the rear runs for the front and do a full service on the truck, because we've done some deep water and that sort of thing. So do a quick rotation, and they'll be sweet for many more thousands of Ks.
All right, what's next? What else do we do?
The engine. So
I'll pop the bonnet.
Yeah. Right.
So the main thing we wanted to fix up the truck was the suspension and the ride. We've done that.
Yep.
Second thing was the power, and
yep.
that certainly fixed that up, didn't it?
Yeah, so with the engine, we weren't really sure what we were going to do to start with. We had a DP chip in there that made a little bit of a difference, but it's not really a final solution, the DP chip. So back in the day when we were building this truck, it was like, that was sort of the thing at the time, is you just chuck a chip in and it's plug and play and no more fuss and that sort of thing. But nowadays ECU tunes are really advancing over chips and that sort of thing. So yeah, we've gone for an ECU remap by Newcastle Tuneworks, so they're in Raymond Terrace, and yeah, took the car in. We already had a heavy duty clutch in it, so we didn't have to worry about that. If you're getting a tune or a chip, you should definitely get a heavy duty clutch, because the Toyota clutches flog out real easy. They're made to handle the stock engine and stock tyres. So if you, even on my Hilux, put bigger tyres on it, I had to do the clutch straight away because it was just burning out. So yeah, if you change anything in the engine or the tyres, definitely go for a heavy duty clutch first. It's probably the first thing you should do when you get the car, because yeah, you can't really modify those two things without a clutch to hold it all together. So yeah, tuned it, made just under 200 horsepower and 500 newton meters. So before it was making, I think, 150 horsepower and about 350 newton meters. So really nice gains there, and a lot of weight on at the moment because we've got all the gear in, and it still pulls so nice. So it makes about the same power as a stock 200, I think. And so yeah, they did a really good job on that. So thanks to Newcastle Tuneworks for sorting us out with that. And also they fitted the new exhaust, which is the Redback 3-inch with the resonator, and it sounds really good, as you'll see right now. Yeah, so we got the exhaust from them too, and they fitted that up, no worries. So they're a supplier for Redback exhaust, so if you're looking to get one of those, you can get them straight from them. And also, they fit the exhaust first and then tune the engine to suit the exhaust, which is really important as well. So you should really get all your exhaust and clutch and that sort of stuff sorted before you do the engine tune, or get it done by the same place. Because yeah, if you change your exhaust and that sort of thing, it can change the way the engine performs. So you want to get it tuned for the exhaust setup as well. And also your snorkel. The snorkel can make a bit of a difference too. So anyway, it's tuned up really nice now and makes plenty of power, and not putting too much stress on the engine, so we didn't have to do like a bigger turbo to put more PSI into it or anything like that. It's just a basic tune, and for us that's plenty really. So yeah.
So what about the body?
Yeah, so you might notice we've got new sign writing on. So the old one was from when we first got the truck, so it was old as, and still had van fit outs and drawer systems and kitchens and all that on there. So we just shortened it, camping 4-drive, and we've gone for black sign writing rather than the brown overlay on it, which we usually do. So I thought that looked pretty cool. And yeah, so John from Barrington Trophy sorted us out with that, and yeah, Gloucester, New South Wales, and the website in the back. So we're thinking about maybe putting one across the bonnet as well, he was talking about, so we'll see about that when we get back. We just didn't get time because we were up in the Cape. But yeah, we got the whole exterior polished as well by Josh's Car Detailing in Foster. So they did a full polish on the outside, took all the stickers off and all the sign writing, and polished up the roof, because of your roof rack, you can't really get a good wash on it or scrub it up. So I took the roof rack off for them, and then they scrubbed the whole roof, scrubbed all the sides down and polished it all up. And then also they did a full interior detail. So it was a full mess inside. It was just sand and all that. Underneath the vinyl, and that was all mud. So pulled up all the vinyl, all the seats out and all that sort of stuff. Cleaned up all the dash, cleaned up all the floor underneath, and put all the vinyl back in, seats back in. And then also they did a layer of rust proofing underneath. So they got this product called Nil Rust. It's made in Australia, down in Melbourne, I'm pretty sure. And they spray that on, and it neutralises any existing surface rust, which there wasn't much on this, but it's a good thing to have on there anyway. So that neutralises any rust, and then it's like a rubberized coating over the chassis and the axles, radius arms, and your suspension components. And then they did a second layer, which is a bit of a thicker layer without the nil rust in it, and that was a sound deadening layer. And yeah, you can really notice a huge difference in the interior sound. So there's not as much road noise coming up through the floor and that. Really the only noise you hear in it is a little bit from the exhaust at the back and a little bit through the dash from where your engine is, but from the floor you pretty much hear no road noise. So they said it cuts it out by about 60%. I'd say that's about right.
Yeah, so much quieter, eh?
Yeah. So from underneath where they sprayed it, there's barely any road noise. You only get it from the front and the back really. And new roof rack as well. So we just recycled the roof rack off the old 200 series. They're the same size rack but just different mounts. So we just left our cruiser mounts on there from the steel rack and whacked the aluminium one on there. And that makes a good difference, having a bit of a lighter rack up there. To get the steel rack off, we need about 6 blokes to lift it off there. But to get the aluminium one on, we only need about 4 or 3. It was really easy to get up there. So yeah, they're the steel mounts but with the aluminium rack on there. So yeah,
it's a great rack.
Light up there.
It's good to have that weight off the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that didn't really cost us anything because that come off the 200.
Yeah, we're going to either sell it or reuse it, so we reused it. That was good. What else did we do?
What about the drawers?
Yeah, the drawer set up in the back. You want to do the drawers?
Well, you open it up and I'll show the drawers then.
So we didn't have to touch the rear bar because still got this cruising off-road bar from Canada. It was a fair job to get it to fit, so we just stuck with the same one and we're pretty happy with it. It's one of the only bars where you got big toe points like this welded all the way in through the back of it, and also you got the scrub bars on the side, which are pretty cool.
Well, quick opening too, super quick opening.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're not making them anymore unfortunately, but these toe points are brilliant, welded in. And well, I'll give a quick look at the
drawer setup.
Drawers, eh?
Yep.
So as you know, we've just we've been camping for the last 10 days or so out of the truck, and this literally only got put in really the day before we left, I think, Cotto, didn't it? So we haven't, none of the lights are working. You know, I've got the wires here from the spotlights to the back, they're not even hooked up. So we've just been using a couple of little magnetic lights and plugging into the Bainbridge. But yeah, it's the whole new set of drawers. We've taken our carback combo out and we've just done a 2-drawer vertical. So good thing about this is we've been able to lose a little bit of height. So the drawers are a little bit lower than what they used to be, which gives me more room in here. It's probably about 50mm, which is really handy getting gear in. So we've got our bunkers in there, bunkers and chairs, and drawers here. So clear top drawer bags have been brilliant. You know, as you can just see everything you got, radios and gear, and I've got a spare winch rope, bits and pieces. So clear top drawer bags are brilliant. I've got a big selection of those. So I've got all my gears on top, and you can see this is a big trip away. I got a third of that drawer is spare space easily. Now we didn't have to carry a lot of food because we were travelling with Rich McDonald, and he had his dot equipped, so we sort of camped with him. And this is my kitchen drawer now, so instead of being a kitchen itself, it's just a kitchen drawer. Got Rich left us a bit of this clean-up towel from the mines. But yeah, I've got all my plates and billies and gear in here. I've got there's a new bag for the jet boil. You can see what it is, percolator there. I've got my coffee bag, that's been really good in the morning. get up, grind yourself a fresh coffee. I can do coffee 2 or 3 different ways, with a percolator or the dripper or the plunger, so that's pretty cool. And just got another bag here with some cups and cutlery and chopboard. That's just in a little in a plastic tub. So that's pretty standard, 2 drawers. You can set up however you like. We've got a huge range of clear top and different size boot liner and bags to go all your gear, which is important. Fridge slide is here. This is on the fridge slide we make ourselves, so Beachy designed this. And I've taken the divider out. We had this full of beer for a week or so, and so I took the divider out, which is here. It's good old Engel fridge, is brilliant, and that's on our own fridge slide that we make up. Now the other feature we've got in this is we've incorporated some of the Engel table gear into the drawers, so that's becoming a very popular mod. Doesn't take up as much height. Now a Drifta table is going to be 50 mils, and this is only about 25, so it does take up a little bit less room. And you can see what I've got there. This is the IGT frame. Now I've got some legs here. This is really cool. These are some legs that we made up ourselves, so we kind of drew these up on CAD, and we've made these ourselves. What's this? So you just clip those in. So these are made to fit the existing Engel table. Alright, so I'll pull that out to about there. It's critical to have these adjustable legs. We've only just designed them recently. We're just starting to make them now. And that allows you to pull that out and have that set at the same height as the vehicle. They're fully adjustable. They're adjustable from 650 all the way up to 1100. So they're Australian aluminium tent poles. We make this top section, and they'll go out to about there. Look at that. So fully adjustable, and that lets you then also, if you want, pull out your bench. This Snowpeak gear is such brilliant gear, and I've incorporated it now also into our drawers. It's becoming very popular, the IGT gear. People are loving it, and so versatile. You can use it at home, you can use it in your camping trailer, and look at that. So let's chuck another leg on. So these new legs have been a big part of this setup. So you can see there, I'm carrying all that. Now I've got now a beautiful little kitchen. So this is a stove from Japan, from Snowpeak. To find the model number, what it is, it's the best stove I've ever seen. So light and light and slim. Look at that. Now we can chuck a gas can on there, one of these. Little jet boil gas. So I can clip under there. Look at that. Now if I want to get the billy going, we'll have a cup of tea here before we leave, and it's already got a bit of water left in it. That's the billy on. So I've got these small stainless pieces. That's the good thing with the Engel table, is it's fully modular, and we can move this down here if you wanted to. You could put it there with one of these either side. Alright. And that wash tub fits in there as well, so that's something else we can do. We can fit the wash tub in there. So it's a brilliant little system. And this little stove also comes on a small set of legs, so I can lift that out and put it on the bench here as well if I need to. It's got piezo ignition, but it's just with all the rough travelling, it's just come undone at the moment. So you can see my bench space I've got. It's a brilliant little setup and fully modular with all the snow peak gear. You've got space for, you know, literally having your lunch and a cup of tea and a quick roadside stop. So we might brew up a quick coffee, and it's all right there. Well protected too. You don't need a windshield. You've got this, you know, protected from the wind. Your fridge is right there and everything else. So it's been a great setup, and we've used that every night. Set this up like this, and that's what we've sort of been camping out of. And Rich as well, he had the DPOR and the big fridge on the trailer too. So all the rest of my gear is all in bags. You know, we've got a lot of clear top or clear end bags, and that's got my electrical gear in it, so we've got nice new leather tags on it. I can see what's in there, I know what's in there, so labelling all your gear is very important. And we've got bags for everything literally, which is really good. So that's been great. It's a new thing. Now all this gear here, the snow peak gear, is on our website, been there for some time. This is an Iron Grill Table 3. Alright, these are accessories you can buy with it. These stoves you can't buy in Australia. You're not going to be able to ever buy them in Australia, but we think you can get them on eBay in Japan or eBay in America. I think it's eBay Japan you can buy them. So I can't remember the model number. There's two different stoves. This is the cheaper version. It's only about 120 bucks. It's not the budget stove, which is about $300. This is a much better stove. So I'll put the model up. If you're looking at the video and you want to know, just check the comments, because I'll put a link in the comment section what stove is, what the stove model number is, and you can get them, we think, eBay Japan. But we can't sell them because they're not registered for gas, but you can buy them. They're a brilliant little stove. And then, you know, you can just order a little, this is a canvas bag lined in boot liner, so it's nice, you know, felt lined and protected, so that works really well. Just got the bunkers in there, chairs. These side windows have been brilliant. We're going to get same on the other side. We've got a different style on the other side at the moment, but it's not working so good, so we'll get the what's this one called again, Cotter?
Front runner.
Front runner on the other side. These are brilliant, being able to get access from the side. There's a new little bucket we made up just before we left, so heat welded, 100% waterproof bucket. So these will be on the website and available. That's awesome. It's just a rubbish bucket. I can get water in that. So it's a good little, you know, I normally fill it up from the creek. You can wash your hands, do a bit of washing up, whatever. It's always good to have a bit of camp water around. Up top we've had the swags. So the two swags have been up the top here in the Drifta swag bags, waterproof zip, so you know they've copped a fair hiding, covered in dust, but inside our swag is fully dust proof and dry. We've got the max tracks up the front. We lost one of the max trucks unfortunately in Palm Creek, so we had a pretty tough go getting up there, and then there's 5 vehicles come past us after that, and we had the max tracks down and didn't have the straps on them, and you know, anyway, we lost one of the max tracks. We couldn't find it. We dug in there for ages. Allier box has been brilliant. These are the best thing. Sits up there, and we just got spare gear in there, a camp oven, and just we put firewood in there, all sorts of things. So the rack's been great. Rapid wing awning, that's the new one with the Valance, which I think is pretty good. That come off the 200 series when we sold it. So same, the rapid wing awning is the best awning you can buy, and that's you know, drop down legs, sets up really quick. So that's been great. Put on here. Face this way. Yep. Stand over there. Righto, well that's a bit of a wrap up of the truck. You know, it was an idea we had a couple of months ago driving back from the fan van in Victoria. Cotto's been flat out ever since. He's done all the work. I've been away overseas a little bit, and he's done everything really himself. And you know, thanks for all that, mate. It's been a big job. Yep. I know you've been very busy doing it all, and yep, you got it done, and
in time for the Cape too, so that was good.
And I think you probably, you know, learned a lot. Got some really good connections in the industry as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, no, it's been great, and it was ideal. You know, we just finished the truck, and literally the next day, we the truck headed up to Cairns, and we flew up there, running pretty short of time because we had the fan event in Gloucester. So the day after that we flew up and the truck was already there at Buck's place, and we did the telegraph track, the old telegraph track straight up. Very tough track. We had 5 other cars with us and a trailer, so I think we're the first group with a camping trailer up the tele track this year, and perfect time to test out, you know, all the mods that we've done, and freshen up this truck back to what is essentially now a brand new truck, and it's everything, all the problems we had with before have been fixed. So it's awesome to be able to drive that up and back. And Kaido 17 just drove the tele track with his grandfather and his dad, so it was a special time for all of us, and we reached the tip, and yeah, now we're heading back 3,200 kilometres to get back to Gloucester. So yeah, thank you, mate. Yep. Appreciate everything.
No worries.
Had a good trip.
Yep.
And do you want to say anything? That's about it.
Righto, so that's the 76 build, part 4. So yeah, truck's all done, work's all done, and now it's time to get out and do some touring. So Cape York first trip is already finished, and yeah, maybe Simpson Desert next, or
yep.
See how we go. Yeah.
Righto, thanks very much. Right.
This is not the track we took, is it?
I think so.
No, it's not.
It is, mate, there's our tracks.
No,
that's the bog, mate.
Well, give us a check. Oh, jeez. Oi! Look, no, we nearly rolled in here before. Woo! Rally's back.
A bit of smoko, beer, and a bit of salami. K's in 2.5 days. What?
Well, that was all sandy, slippery stuff there. Just flying off the road, no.
There's some mixed cows. Loves his cattle mix.